Hi, in this video I want to share with you the concept of radio buttons and checkboxes. So radio buttons and checkboxes are tools that allow the user to select options from the available options. For example, you see if we have these options like beef, you see, for example, like this interface, what do you want to order in lunch, and you have these available options. So in the radio button group, there is a beef, chicken and mutton, and in the checkbox is rice, naan and something else, let's suppose. Okay, so radio buttons are such a tool which allow the user to select only one from the available options. For example, if beef is selected, if you want to select another one, the previous one will be automatically deselected. Like for example, if I select mutton, so you see the other deselected. You cannot select two or more than two at a time. You can only select one out of the available options. But on the other hand, checkboxes are such a tool that you can select many options. Okay, even if you want, you can select all. For example, you see like this, like this, like this. Okay, and you can unselect if you want. Okay, so in this way, you can select more only one. So meaning to say, in checkboxes you can select more than one, but in radio button you can only select one option from the available. So yeah, well, let's design this interface. For example, if I click the other button, you see it reads this text, okay, and display in the other text view. So let's design this project to understand the concept of radio buttons and checkboxes in Android Studio using Kotlin. I have created one simple empty project. So it has only this default text view. So let's design the interface using the code view. But before this, I will just delete this down option, down constraint. Okay, now let's go to the code, and here I should give one ID to it. So ID equal to ID text view TV title, let's suppose. Okay, and here in the text I will change like what do you want to order in lunch. Okay, if the text is smaller, we can increase the text size a bit, like let's suppose 30 sp. Okay, let's see how it look like. Yeah, it's okay. If you want, we can make it center. So text align equal to center. Yes, after this I want to add a radio button group. So not the point that radio button is work in a group, it must be a group, then it can perform the behavior of single selection. Okay, so for this purpose I will add first radio group. So rep content, I will add one ID. Okay, and this should be a radio group RG. Let's suppose this one is meat. These options that I want to show is a meat. Okay, so then after that, yeah, I think should be okay. And after that, let's close it, close this radio group in this style that it have the container. Okay, don't close it in the /1, because we want that this will be a radio group container. Inside here I will add the radio buttons. So radio buttons, this should be rep content and ID. So for this one I want to add RB radio button. Let's suppose this one should be beef. Okay, here in the text I will give text as a beef. Okay, yeah, I think should be enough. And this one I will close with the the slash this one because it is not a container. So we already have one radio button. Let's copy this text, okay, and paste 3 times, and then we will change the details. Like this one, let's suppose is chicken, and the text is also chicken. This one is maybe mutton. Okay, the text is also mutton. Okay, so that's all for radio buttons. And then after this I want to add checkboxes. Okay, in the checkboxes, checkbox rep content, and the ID should be checkbox CB. This one should be, let's suppose, rice. Okay, and here the text should also be a rice. Okay, so in this way actually we can, this one also we can copy and paste several times, as many times as you want, that as many options you want to provide. So for just for demonstration purpose, I want to use three checkboxes and 3 radio buttons. So this one is rice, this one should be, let's suppose this is a none, and this is also none. This one is ID something else, let's suppose, and the text is also something else, something else. Okay, now you see we have this error symbols because we didn't set its constraints. So let's go to design tab and adjust the constraints. Now you see, because you see all those are one over another. So let me bring this here, sorry, not this one. Yeah, this one, if you see here, let me just show this one. So sorry, once again, the radio group is quite is a bit tricky to drag like this. So the one option you see, it is vertical, but I want that this radio button should display horizontal. So let's change its orientation. So radio group, we should give here orientation is horizontal. Now you see it will be changed to horizontal style. Okay, now you see if I want to drag it down, okay, it's a bit tricky to drag a single one, you see, because it will come outside, so from the group, so which I don't want. So how to do it? The easy way, select this all, and after that, or maybe select from here, you see, from the tree here, and then connect its top to the bottom of this view. So in this way we can bring it down. Now bring this one down and this one down, and take this one up. If you want to adjust its property exactly to 0, you can do like this also. Okay, now the rice I want to connect to its bottom, and the left to left. Same for the naan to its rice button, and left, this one to the bottom of the naan and to the left. Below this I want a button and another text view to display the order. Okay, so let's go to here and add a button after this checkbox. So button, rep content ID should be equal to btn order, let's suppose. Okay, and then the text should also be equal to order. Okay, and close this one. And after this I want to add a text view to display the order text. Text view, rep content, here the text I want to add just for the purpose to see in the design view, to set the constraint. After that I will delete the text again because I don't want any text here at this moment. And I think I should give a text size also. let's suppose 30 sp, and after that close this one and give an id also. Id equal to text view tv and order. Okay, so that's all. Let's go to design to phase and check the set the constraint again. You see the button, I want it stop to the bottom of this checkbox and then to the left, and this to the this one to the bottom of the button and to the left. So all this done. Now I want to delete this text because at the beginning I don't want to display anything here. Okay, just like this. Okay, it's invisible now. Okay, now one thing more, the radio buttons should be checked at the beginning. So let's check one of the radio button at the beginning. Let's suppose the beef one is checked equal to true. Now if you go to the design, you see the beef one is checked at the beginning. Okay, let's just a bit design like this. Okay, so now let's go to the main activity.kt to put the logic that if I click the order button, then it will read all the selected text plus the order text and here display a proper order message. Okay, so let's go there, and in this onCreate function, btn order. Okay, so here this btn order, I will press alt enter to import this one. So now we got this import uh, this import. Now due to this text, we have access to all the controls that we have designed in the interface and their properties and functions. So btn order dot set on click listener. Inside this click listener we will define the logic. So what we want, we actually want to read the text of the selected radio button. So the question is that which one is selected, how to define. So we need to check if this one is selected, then it's checked. If this one, so in this way you can go through, but this is a bit longer way. We can easily get the selected radio button id using the radio group property. So what is it? So for example, while let's suppose in the meet, no let's suppose which one is selected. So selected radio button, selected radio button, which one is selected? This is equal to our radio group id is radio group rg meet dot checked radio button. So which one is checked or which one is selected, its id will be returned automatically using this property, and it will be stored here. Okay, now which one is it? Okay, we don't know, it's just id. From the id we don't know, so let's find out that which one is it. Let, for example, while meet equal to find view by id. Okay, so what type of view is it? This is a radio button. Okay, a radio button, and which one is the selected radio button. So it will give us the exact radio button, and that radio button, the selected radio button, will be here, stored here. After that so now we access which one is selected and its text we can easily access. Now after this we want to access the checkboxes. So for example, while rice equal to checkbox cb rice dot is checked. Okay, similarly while none equal to checkbox none dot is checked. So it will return a boolean value that it is checked or not. Similarly while something else okay, is equal to checkbox something else dot is checked. Okay, we got all this. Now let's create a string and put all the text of the selected radio button and the text of the selected checkboxes in that text, and later on we will assign that text to our order view. So while order text, let's suppose order text or order string, anyone can. So this one will be what? This one we can design like this. Let's suppose you ordered in lunch what after this. Let's suppose new line, within the double quotation, if you put backslash n, it will create a new line, and after that concatenation plus means concatenation means this text, and after this plus whatever text you want to use. So another text I just put new line for readability. So you ordered in lunch is what? Next one I will use dollar sign curly brackets is this id, okay, the meat, okay, sorry, the radio button, selected radio button is actually now stored in the meat, and which one is selected? Dot text. So we got that one. After this let's okay, I think after this we should again use backslash n and then concatenation, and after that we need to see the checkboxes, which checkbox is selected. So we can actually use this easily in a use curly brackets, and inside this curly bracket use if statement, okay, that if rice is selected, okay, if rice, then the text should be rice, else nothing, okay. After that again concatenation, and next one if none is selected, then type none, otherwise else nothing, and again plus the next one if something else is selected, okay, if this is true then type something else, otherwise else nothing. So you see we access now the radio button text and the checkboxes text. Yeah, here I think I should use backslash n after each text because it will be a bit more clear. So here and this one. Okay, now let's create a string to put all these in that string, and later on yeah, we already created this string actually. Now let's assign this string to the text view. So tv order dot text equal to order text, and that's all. Let's run it. Yeah, so you see this is the interface that we designed. What do we want to order in lunch? So beef, chicken, mutton. So we have in this radio group we have these three options, so you can select only one out of these three. Let's suppose if I select mutton, and then here you can select actually more than one. Okay, for example rice and something else. If I click order, so you see this will be generated here. You ordered in lunch mutton, mutton, yeah, rice and something else. So this is, in this way you can use radio buttons and checkboxes to give the option to user to select any option from the available.